Should you turn on volume normalization on Spotify? Is it true that Spotify's normalization feature degrades the sound quality? Let's take a look at that. Hey guys, James here from James App Productions. As we all know, volume normalization is a common feature found in most popular streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. With many people compiling their own playlists with music by various artists, volume normalization gives the listeners a much better listening experience because they won't constantly have to adjust the volume to compensate for the difference in the loudness of different tracks. I still remember years ago when I was using Full Bar 2000 to make my own playlists, and I always hated it when the next song was so much louder than the one before, and you feel like your eardrum just got blasted. Thank God those days are gone. But some audio engineers and musicians insist that you should not turn on Spotify's volume normalization because it degrades the sound quality. Now, there's a lot of music that I mixed and or mastered on Spotify, and I never noticed any changes in sound quality when I'm listening with volume normalization on. We're talking about tracks that I'm extremely familiar with. If there's a slight difference, I would certainly be able to tell. That being said, I've never actually done any direct comparison, so in this video, I'm going to compare the original audio track to the same track on Spotify with and without normalization turned on. I'll be including the 3 different normalization options on Spotify, which are normal, loud, and quiet. I recorded the audio directly from Spotify to my DAW Reaper, so the Spotify versions are completely unaltered in any way. To prevent you from being deceived by loudness, I've level matched all the audio tracks so they have the exact same integrated LUFS. If you don't know what that is, it basically means that they all have the exact same loudness. In case you didn't know, the reason why it's important that they have all the exact same loudness for this comparison is that people just perceive louder music to sound better, even if it's the same song. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's do a quick little test to see if you can hear the difference between normalization on and off. So did you hear a difference? Let me know in the comment section. The truth is, these are exactly the same audio file. I just duplicated it. There is zero difference between these two. If you believe you heard a difference, well, this is just a quick reminder that our biases can really play tricks on our minds. And now that you have your biases checked, let's dive into the actual comparison.
Talking less, sleeping more, every interaction, closing each open door, reading all the facts and swimming through every room's all the spoken truths. Find you can't undo, push into light, just can't rewind.
So were you able to hear a difference between the original audio tracks and all the Spotify versions? What about between having normalization on and having it off? I can't tell you I can hear a difference at all, to be honest. The only time I could hear a noticeable difference is the metal track. Between normalization on and off, I could hear a slight difference in the high gain guitars, but only in certain parts. Even so, the difference is really subtle, and I really doubt that anyone would actually be able to hear that unless they're really scrutinizing it like we're doing it now. Other than that, I hear no difference among all the different versions at all. Maybe you can hear a difference because you've got some golden ears or because you have some $50,000 headphones or speakers. But I've got some really reliable and accurate studio reference speakers, and I could not hear a difference. Most importantly, I don't think the 99.99% listeners who are using Spotify will hear a difference or even care about this at all. Let's be honest here. My conclusion is that loudness normalization is awesome. It provides a much better listening experience for the users and also really helps end the loudness war with little to no compromise on sound quality. I support it 100%, and I actually think that Spotify and Apple Music should just bake in the normalization to all the music on the platform like YouTube does, so we can finally have some more dynamics and less sausages in music. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you find it helpful. Subscribe for awesome music production content every week. Now get back to your DAW and make some music, and I will see you next time.